You're listening to Is It Love Daryl by Dark Divine Stories. Please note that this story is purely fan fiction. Daryl's official story can be found on the Is It Love app. I hope you enjoy this story. Prologue. It's Las Vegas, baby, let's have some fun. Just kidding, I don't live in Las Vegas anymore. I left there when I was 19. Well, it was more like I ran from there. Ever since I was a kid, I spent a majority of my time in a casino. I learned how to play poker before I was in the first grade. My mom worked in one and my dad was a mechanic. He worked on cars and sometimes it seemed like he preferred cars to people. My parents are very strict people. They make a lot of rules and if you break one of them they will toss you out so fast you won't even know what happened. That's what happened to me when I was 14. It was a misunderstanding, but that doesn't matter to my parents. One of my friends stayed late and we fell asleep on my bed, and when my mom caught us on my bed together she told my dad that we were in bed together and she believed we were having sex. That wasn't even close to the truth. There was 2 body pillows between us, we weren't even covered up, and the final thing is my friend was gay. But that didn't help matters, it only made things worse. I was barely able to pack a bag before I was shoved out of the house. My parents are old school. They don't believe people of the same sex should be in a relationship with each other. My parents are closed-minded people. If anything messes with their stupid rules or opinion they will reject it even if it's their own children. We were not well off. Both of my parents worked and my mom quit her casino job when she found out it was supposedly mafia ran. She was right, of course, but she didn't even bother to get a new job before she quit that one. That's how my older brother was the first one of us to get kicked out of the house. He refused to work for minimum wage. He became an enforcer for the Valentino Mafia. They paid him well for it too. At first I thought it was because he just wanted to get away from our parents. But when they kicked me out at 14 for falling asleep next to my friend after finding out he was gay, they refused to listen to anything I said. My friend's parents allowed me to stay with them until I was able to get in touch with Carlos. It didn't take him long to come and get me. He even got the rest of my stuff when our parents were away from home. Carlos is 5 years older than I am. My younger brother Zander followed all of their rules to the letter and did everything to their approval, or he did until he realized he wasn't attracted to the girls they were introducing him to. He realized he was gay when he was 16. So in order to avoid a confrontation he started dating a girl just to get them off of his back. The girl was also gay and was going through the same thing he was. It didn't last long. My parents found out eventually and my dad completely lost it. I was already in New York when that happened. Carlos went and got him and my dad called the police on him. From what I heard, that situation ended up with both of them in jail. Carlos was released right away because someone from the Valentino family had him released. After that both of my brothers came and joined me here in New York. Carlos got a job with a security firm. Zander was forced into going to college by Carlos because he said it was the only thing that would help him get a good job. I work at Carter Corporation now. I haven't always. When I first go to New York I only had $100 in my pocket. I went to the nearest casino and turned that 100 into 100 grand. I was able to buy 2 studio apartments with it. I knocked down a wall and turned them into a bigger 1-bedroom apartment. I wasn't going to live in a 20 by 20 room when I didn't have to. The reason I bought them is because the rent for one of them was $1,500 a month, which was completely crazy. Not even Vegas is that high for a small studio apartment. I played poker to put myself through college. I can turn $50 into a few thousand in just a few hours depending on how much I win in the first game. I'm not addicted to gambling, I'm not really. I'm very good at it. I've been playing poker since I was a kid and it is how I earned money while I was living in Vegas despite being underage. Working at Carter Corp isn't necessary for me. I've played and won several poker tournaments, gaining a lot of cash. But New York is expensive to live in. I also paid for Zander to go to college because he made the argument that he couldn't afford to go because our parent wouldn't pay for it anymore. I don't mind paying for my brother's education. I know he is doing well in school. He's made some friends. He doesn't tell people he's gay because of what happened with my dad. Carter Corporation is good for me. I don't need to be sitting in a casino all day at a poker table. If I hadn't taken the job, I wouldn't have met Matt, Lisa, Colin or Jenny. Hell, my manager Gabriel Simons has joined me at the poker table a few times. He's a damn good player too, and he has one hell of a poker face. The few times I've lost to him was because I couldn't read him like I can most people. He's nothing like he is in the office. It's like he becomes an entirely new person. He said the same about me. Those I've met just by working there I wouldn't change for anything else. Also, Carter Corporation works to help the environment and people. I'm happy to say I've helped out with a few of each. End of prologue. Thank you so much for listening to Is It Love Daryl? If you like this chapter, please leave a like. If you thought this chapter was interesting, feel free to leave a comment below. For more stories like this one and many others, subscribe to the Dark Divine Stories channel and make sure you click the notification bell, that way you're notified whenever Dark Divine Stories uploads a new video. Thank you again for listening.